Hi, my name's Steve and welcome to the Seaside Allotment channel. And it's a quick video today because all I'm doing is planting chard. Now chard is a really important crop for us. It's particularly important in summer because we don't have true spinach, and it's particularly important in winter because it grows more than true spinach does for any particular period. So we use it for stir-fry greens, smoothie greens, and some people put it in salads as well. Some people just munch the leaves as a snack. Some people hate it and some people love it. We are in the sort of we love it category. And now is the time really to plant it. I find if we plant it any earlier than this, then it just tends to run to seed. Any later than this, well, you could go a little bit later, but now is really the time. So June and July lets you have really nice big strong plants come autumn, and that's what you want because those plants are going to seed all the way through. We are going to cover ours or most of our beds with low tunnels. I'll show you that in a minute, but yeah, it's a really great crop. We really like it and we highly recommend it. As I say, it's nutritious, it's very versatile as well. So this is the chard that I'm planting. There's 2 per module in theory. I've just spotted one module with nothing in it there. I need all 40 modules, so I'm going to have one spare, which is no great disaster, but I'm a bit of a neat freak, so it would have been nice. This is the chard that we planted basically at the same time last year. It's all gone to seed. We took our last harvest off it a couple of days ago, and it served us well. But we did notice that this bed, which is outdoors, gave us about half of the yield that the undercover bed did in winter and early spring. So cover is really useful, and that's one of the covers, basically a coal frame. That's the other one, a low tunnel. And in the same family, which is the beetroot family, we've also got these beauties, which are perpetual spinach, which is just we find it slightly more delicate taste than chard. It's really good, and it's a really good one again over summer and winter. You could also eat beetroot greens. As I said, they're in the same family. They're slightly tougher and they're not quite as prolific because a lot of energy is going into making the roots, whereas in chard it's been optimized so that all the energy goes into making the leaves. Occasionally you will actually get a beetroot like root on chard, but that's not the norm. And this is golden beetroot, and you'll notice the similarity to the perpetual spinach. It looks very similar. It's not quite as prolific from a root perspective as the red spinach, and that's because the leaf growth is a little bit more prolific. So we do often take quite a few of these leaves when we haven't got chard, which is now. So this is the first bed that I'm planting. Made some deep holes. I want them deep because the plants are slightly leggy, and I put a deep mulch on here, so there's about 1.5 inches of spent mushroom compost, and the bed's well watered, it's well mulched, so hopefully it won't need a lot of water, although if we don't have any rain, like we haven't had any rain for 10 weeks now, so not to speak of, it might. Anyway, I'm going to get planting this. That's the first module that I've taken out. I'm really happy with that. It's not too root bound. You can see what I mean by the fact it's a little bit leggy. I find chard almost always is, but we want it quite deep inside that hole, and I'll try and show you how I plant it. Obviously I'm not really planting it like this, I'd do it much quicker, but that's kind of the effect that I want, something like that. So there we go, that's all planted. Really need something to protect these from the birds, but I'll sort that out later. the other beds planted, and I did manage to split a few modules in order to get enough plants for every station. So, hope you like this quick video. My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.